What's good, YouTube? This is Admin Umbra back for another episode of Rocket Daily. And if the beautiful layout in front of you is a surprise to you, then you probably are not aware of the current changes coming to Rocket HQ. Yes, this new layout, first of all, is one of many. We have several templates that we will be using in our Wi-Fi battles now. These templates are meant simply to make it easier for you to follow the battle, see what Pokemon are statused, what Pokemon have been KO'd, because there's no visual indicator of that when you're actually watching the battle. So that is for your viewing pleasure. But there's a lot of huge changes coming to Rocket HQ. We are totally redoing everything on YouTube, totally overhauling the Twitch completely. And the big news, the really exciting things, you've all asked for it, the Rocket tier system where you can level up in Team Rocket, and the Gym Leader Challenge, the Team Rocket Pokemon League, the most realistic Gym Leader Challenge ever created. Both of those are launching, so if you do not know about the layouts, if you had not heard that news, well, there's a Rocket update on this channel. I will put a link on the screen now. Please check that out. Just humongous things coming to Rocket HQ. Hope you're excited. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this battle. So this is a battle I had on the stream, the Rocket HQ stream against Serena. This is, as you may recognize, the Mega Charizard trapping team, the Charizard Y trapping team. Obviously, I've talked a lot about how I tend to sub out Garchomp. Garchomp definitely has its uses. Having a Focus Sash really protects his team from getting swept, except by a few specialized threats with things like Mamoswine with Icicle Spear, but even then they tend to be locked into it, so it's not really a huge concern for us. But I wanted to try some other sweepers, so today I'm trying out Diggersby, and Diggersby did good in this battle. Diggersby really is trying to make an argument for himself, did a really good job in this battle. So that's the team you know and love. If you like this team, if you see the little red buttons directly below this video, those are links to everything Rocket HQ. If you click the link with the Prezi icon, you can see an in-depth presentation on this team. The Prezi also has links to all the videos I've ever used this team in. So if you want more of this team, check that out. Also see the red button directly below this video with the triangle. That is the Google Drive link. Click on that and you can copy and paste to use this team in your own Pokemon Showdown today. Just a few ways Team Rocket is trying to make the Pokemon community better, one battle at a time. So, looking at Serena's team, some interesting threats. Very light in my opinion, not a whole lot of bulk. Serena in the stream had actually been talking about special Salamence, that she'd been breeding it, and so I assumed this was a special Salamence looking at her team. Also, just with the sheer amount of physical attackers she have, granted Electivire could go any way, but it's pretty implied and pretty probable that it is physical. Infernape could be mixed or special as well, but I was kind of assuming physical. Looking at her team, I predicted Starmie to lead. This Diggersby is actually Choice Scarfed. So looking at her team, I thought it would be the best thing to lead with. I didn't think she'd have a Scarfer that would threaten me. I predicted Electivire to maybe be either Expert Belt or Air Balloon. I've seen a lot of those. But I was going to be surprised if I saw Choice Scarf. So I thought Stormy might come out as a lead, so I decided to go ahead and lead with Diggersby. Once again, thank you all so much for supporting Rocket HQ. And if you have not seen the Rocket update, please check that out. Huge news is coming. Also, we are currently accepting applications to be mods. Mods are elites in our Team Rocket tier system. So if you want to be part of changing the world, if you want to be part of making the Pokemon community a better place, check out the application. All that is in the update video that was on your screen previously. So, this Starmie comes out, and I know right off the back, I'm faster. Let's go for a U-turn in case they want to switch out. Get massive damage. I also know my opponent is going to go for a Scald. They're going to. So I U-turn right into Conqueror, hoping, please give me a burn. I've never begged to get burned, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. That would have been an amazing turn of events if it did. But obviously looking at my opponent's team, there's no spin blockers, no ghosts. So I'm 100% free to go for that Mach Punch, take out the Starmie. That's a really good reason that you won spin block because you won ghost types. Now the Electivire comes in, I'm not anticipating a Abandon. I know I can probably live any one hit and get a lot of damage off of the Drain Punch. I'm also expecting Wild Charge, so I know Electivire will be taking a lot of recoil in addition to damage. So I see that and like, fantastic! There was no Life Orb. Oh, there's a Citrus Berry. So shout out to Serena for doing something creative. Really disappointed to see that, because now I have to take excess damage on my Conqueror. So now I do go ahead and actually go for an Ice Punch. Because if I was Serena, I was looking at the team, and she has nothing to really switch in, but I thought a Mach Punch or Drain Punch was very obvious. And since I thought her Salamence was special, I thought it would have Intimidate, not Moxie. So I thought she would switch in Salamence with Intimidate. That is why I went for the Ice Punch on that turn. But now she brings in the Salamence. I see there's no Intimidate, so I go, actually this might be a physical variant. I go into Jirachi regardless just to scout. I know I will resist the dragon hit it wants to go for. So now I decide to go ahead and T-Wave. I know this thing can't one-shot me. Obviously, it can't be choiced if it went for Earthquake. It has to be Life Orb or something similar. So I go ahead and go for a T-Wave, knowing I can live one hit. Looking at her team, Jirachi is not going to be extremely necessary. The team is very light. I don't think I'll need to be heavy on Jirachi stall. I just want to slow this thing down so that my other sweepers can really deal with it effectively. Also, as a defensive measure, in case this thing wants to go for Dragon Dances, I don't have the Guard Chomp, so I need to make sure it's slow. I switch in my Box Ghost on the predicted Earthquake. And now that I'm faster, I might as well go for a free Reflect. I'm not anticipating it to be mixed with Draco Meteor, but they could take me for a surprise. Anticipating my opponent to switch at this point and not let me get 2 screens up, I do go ahead and Volt Switch just to get some initiative. But Serena does decide to stay in, which I'm fine with. The safest thing I can do is go into my Mandibuzz with the Reflect up and max HP, max defense. This thing is embarrassingly hard to kill. You'll see that Dragon Claw does basically Leftovers recovery. And from like the 75% Salamantis at, I'm very comfortable just going for foul plays until this thing dies, until my opponent switches out. There's nothing that really is going to threaten me out at this point with Mandibuzz, especially with that Reflect up. So I decided to just stay in here and do some work on the Salamence. My opponent does decide to fodder it, I'm guessing because it's paralyzed. They have no Cleric, so they do just decide to let it die. Maybe they're also hoping to burn some turns of Reflect because they do have Infernape and some other physical threats. So I do go for another foul play, and it is enough to take out the Salamence. I adore foul play, if you have not heard me say that already. One of my absolute favorite attacks. I feel like I go on mini sweeps with foul play all the time, where one Pokemon just comes out. So at this point, I actually do carry U-turn on my Mandibuzz. I should have gone for it here. I stay in because I want to scout for a band and or break a possible Focus Sash. I ended up going for a foul play, and I felt very comfortable staying in because that Reflect was up. But now that I see its Life Orb and the imaginary Focus Sash is broken, I'm very, very comfortable going into Diggersby. Again, the Reflect is up, so if my opponent makes an excellent prediction, I still think I might be able to live a hit. So I go into Diggersby. Obviously, I'm Scarfed. I will be faster. I do manage to trick my opponent into going for the Thunder Punch. This means, obviously, I'm free to go for an Earthquake. Because they foddered off their Salamence, there's nothing to stop Diggersby at this point. I think it would have been excellent to conserve Salamence simply to force me to switch, because I already showed them I was Scarfed. So now, everything on our team is actually very, very weak to Earthquake. So I'm just going to spam Earthquake with this Diggersby. Diggersby is extremely powerful. It's obvious that I'm Scarfed. I outsped the star on me. I didn't OHKO this thing, so I'm clearly not banded. The Excavalier does go ahead and knock off my choice Scarf, but I'm still faster, so I go for another Earthquake. And Diggersby is getting just several KOs in this battle. I really enjoyed Diggersby. I used it early in the meta, but I'm revisiting it now. I haven't used it in some time. On this Diggersby, I actually believe I carry Return, Earthquake, a Wild Charge, and U-Turn. That is my set on this Diggersby. A lot of people run the Rock Slide, but I just prefer the Wild Charge. And obviously, Serena there went ahead and let her the Power Ranger, her Bisharp, die to an Earthquake. Obviously, could have gone for a Sucker Punch. There was not much to do. I still had my whole team left, including Charizard Y. So that was a short little battle for all of you. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to Serena for the battle. Know that whenever you battle Shader Eye in the future, you are always welcome to do dual comms with us. Everyone, please send in viewer submissions. We have recently actually created a document for you to look at that explains how we judge viewer submissions, how we choose what to post on the channel. So that link is also in the Google Drive. All the buttons right below this video, click on those. They'll take you to everything you need to know about Rocket HQ. And also, we have a question of the day today. And so today's question is, what do you think of the new layouts? There's many more coming. You'll see a lot in the next few days. But what do you think of the new layouts? And what out of everything in the Rocket HQ update, what are you most excited for? What change are you most excited to see come to Rocket HQ? But thank you all so much for watching. Serena, thank you for the battle. And thank all of you for supporting Rocket HQ. My name is Admin Umbra, signing off.